Hello everyone and welcome. This is Ivan Jue. I teach business at Cerritos College. This module will dive into three main categories: market segmentation, target markets, and customer purchasing behavior. Market segmentation is dividing customers into groups with similar needs. Target markets is selecting which customer groups to serve. And consumer purchasing behavior is understanding how and why consumers make buying decisions. So with that, let's begin. So what do types of consumer behavior mean? In marketing, consumer buying behavior is often classified into four types based on how involved the customer is and how different the available brands are. The key factors that influence consumer buying behavior are the reasons why marketers study why people buy by looking at four major influences. Number one, cultural factors. This includes the culture, subculture, and social class. Social factors. This includes family, friends, reference groups, and social media influencers. Personal factors. This includes age, occupation, income, lifestyle, and personality. And then number four, the psychological factors. This includes motivation, perception, learning, and beliefs and attitudes. So here's a simple example. Imagine you're buying a smartphone. The complex buying behavior of it is you're researching specifications, comparing brands, reading reviews, and spending weeks deciding. The dissonance reducing buying behavior is comparing only a few similar models and then choosing the best value. The habitual buying behavior is you're buying the same brand every time without much thought. And then the variety seeking buying behavior is you're trying a different brand simply for a new experience. This framework helps businesses understand how customers make purchasing decisions so they can design better products, pricing, promotions, and marketing strategies. So this defines consumer buying behavior, one of the most fundamental concepts in marketing. The consumer buying behavior refers to the decisions and acts people undertake to buy products or services for personal use. Understanding consumer purchasing decisions is important because it allows companies to better influence those behaviors. The consumer buying behavior process has 5 stages. So we're going to use buying a laptop for this example. Number 1, need recognition. Our laptop is too slow. Number 2, information search. So you'll search Google, YouTube, reviews, and ask friends. Number 3, evaluation of alternatives. This is about comparing Apple and Lenovo, Dell, and Asus. Number 4, purchase decision. Choose and buy one model. Number 5, post-purchase behavior. Are you happy with the purchase? Do you recommend it? Would you return it? So why do marketers study consumer buying behavior? This is because businesses study consumer behavior since it helps them understand what customers want, predict what customers are likely to buy, develop products that customers value, set appropriate prices, design effective advertisements, improve customer satisfaction and loyalty, and so ultimately the goal is to increase sales and build long-term customer relationships. So this explains the buyer's black box model. This is one of the core concepts in consumer behavior and marketing. The buyer's black box. The model illustrates how external stimuli influence a consumer's internal decision-making process, ultimately leading to a purchase decision. The term black box means that marketers cannot directly observe what happens in a consumer's mind. They can only observe the inputs, which would be the stimuli, and the outputs, which would be the buying behavior. Number 1, marketing stimuli. These are the factors a company can control. The slide lists the 4 P's of marketing. This would be the product, or what is being sold, the price, how much it costs, the place, where it is sold, and the promotion, the advertising, discounts, social media, etc. As an example, Apple launches a new phone. It starts with a $999 price. It is sold online and in stores. They used heavy advertising. These are the marketing stimuli designed to influence consumers. Number 2, environmental stimuli. These are factors outside the company's control. The slide includes economic, legal, technological, and cultural. The examples of economic would include inflation, recession, and higher interest rates. For political reasons, this could be import tariffs and government regulations. The technological reasons could be artificial intelligence, faster internet, and mobile payments. For cultural, this can include holidays, traditions, and social values. Number 3, the buyer's black box. This is the consumer's internal thinking process. It consists of 2 parts. A, the buyer characteristics. Everyone is different. Examples include the age, gender, income, occupation, education, personality, lifestyle, and culture. So, for example, a college student and a retired executive may react very differently to the same laptop advertisement because their needs and budgets differ. B, buyer decision-making process. Consumers generally go through these 5 steps: need recognition, information search, evaluation of alternatives, purchase decision, and post-purchase evaluation. Number 4, buyer responses. This is the result of the decision-making process of the consumer's actual purchasing behavior. The slide lists 5 responses: the product or brand choice, retail or dealer choice, purchase timing, purchase amount, and purchase frequency. So why is this model important? Marketers cannot directly control a consumer's thoughts, but they can design attractive products, set competitive prices, choose convenient sales channels, create effective promotions. And so by understanding how consumers process these stimuli, businesses can better predict and influence purchasing decisions. The buyer's black box is a marketing model that explains how consumers respond to different stimuli before making a purchase. Since marketers cannot directly observe what happens inside a customer's mind, it is called a black box. Number 1, stimuli. Consumers are influenced by 2 types of stimuli. A, marketing stimuli. These are controlled by the company, and this is where the 4 P's come into play. The 4 P's stand for product, what is being sold, price, how much the product costs, promotion, advertising, discounts, and social media, and place, where the product is available. As an example, a company launches a new smartphone with advanced AI features, prices it at $800.99, advertises it on YouTube, and then sells it through its website and retail stores. B, environmental stimuli. These are outside the company's control. Economic factors. This includes inflation, income, and unemployment. Legal and political factors. Government regulations, taxes, trade policies. Technological factors. New innovations, AI, faster internet. Cultural factors. Traditions, customs, and social views. So as an example, a recession may cause consumers to spend less, while a new technology may encourage them to upgrade their devices. Number 2, the buyer's black box. The stimuli that enters the customer's mind, where two important processes occur. A, the buyer characteristics. These are the personal traits that influence purchasing decisions. They include beliefs, attitudes, motives, perceptions, and values. So as an example, two people see the same advertisement. One values quality and buys the premium product, and the other values low prices and chooses a cheaper alternative. B, buyer decision-making process. Consumers typically go through 5 stages. Number 1, need recognition, realizing a need. 2, information search, looking for information. 3, evaluation of alternatives, or comparing different options. 4, purchase decision, or choosing a product. And 5, post-purchase evaluation, or assessing satisfaction after buying. Number 3, consumer response. This is the result of the thinking inside the black box. The customers decide which brand to buy, which store to purchase from, when to buy, how much to buy, and then how often to buy. This diagram classifies consumer buying behavior based on 2 dimensions. Number 1, level of involvement, which goes from low to high. This determines how important, expensive, or risky the purchase is. Number 2, perception of differences between brands. This again goes from low to high. This reflects on how different consumers believe competing brands are. These 2 dimensions create 4 types of consumer buying behavior. Number 1, complex buying behavior. This involves high involvement along with high brand differences. The characteristics of this are the purchase is expensive and important. Consumers spend considerable time researching and comparing products. This has high perceived risk for financial, social, or performance. Examples include buying a house, purchasing a luxury car, choosing a university, buying a high-end computer. The marketing strategy of this should be providing detailed product information, highlighting unique features and benefits, offering product demonstrations, reviews, and warranties, and building trust through excellent customer service. Number 2, dissonance reducing buying behavior. This involves high involvement along with low brand differences. The characteristics are the purchase is important and costly. Consumers see little difference among brands. They often choose based on price or convenience. And after purchasing, they may experience post-purchase doubt or cognitive dissonance. Examples of this include carpet, home appliances, home insurance, and water heaters. The marketing strategy of this is where companies should reassure customers after the purchase, offer warranties and guarantees, follow up with customers, and then use testimonials and positive reviews to reduce buyer anxiety. Number 3, habitual buying behavior. This would be low involvement along with low brand differences. The characteristics are this is a routine purchase. Consumers put little thought into the buying decision. Brand loyalty often develops through habit rather than strong preference. Examples include buying salt, buying sugar, buying paper towels, as well as buying toothpaste. The marketing strategy of this is where companies should maintain product availability, use frequent advertising to reinforce brand awareness, and then offering coupons or discounts to encourage repeat purchases. Number 4, variety-seeking buying behavior. This is a combination of both low involvement and then high brand difference. The characteristics of this include consumers that enjoy trying different brands. Brand switching is driven by curiosity versus dissatisfaction. Purchases are relatively inexpensive and low risk. So examples include potato chips, cookies, soft drinks, and ice cream. The marketing strategy is where companies should introduce new flavors or product variations, use eye-catching packaging, offer limited time promotions, and then encourage product trials with free samples. This summarizes the four main types of consumer buying behavior mentioned in the previous slide and highlights their key characteristics. Number one, complex buying behavior characteristics. This involves a significant or expensive purchase. It also involves high level of consumer scrutiny. In this case, consumers spend time researching and comparing alternatives before making a decision. Examples include buying a house, purchasing a car, choosing a university, and buying a high-end laptop. Why it happens? Consumers perceive major differences among brands and want to reduce the risk of making the wrong choice. The marketing strategy should be providing detailed product information, offering product demonstrations, using customer reviews and testimonials, and then building trust with warranties and excellent customer service. Number two, dissonance reducing buying behavior. The characteristics include a high level of involvement. Consumers may experience post-purchase dissonance or buyer's remorse. And so what is post-purchase dissonance? After making an expensive purchase, consumers may wonder, did I choose the right product? Should I have bought another brand? Did I spend too much money? This feeling of uncertainty is called post-purchase dissonance or buyer's remorse. So, as an example, this may include buying carpet, purchasing home appliances, choosing home insurance. The marketing strategy of this is that companies should reduce customer anxiety by providing warranties, following up after the sale, offering excellent customer service, and sending thank you emails or setup guides. Number three, habitual buying behavior. Characteristics include low involvement. Consumers repeatedly buy the same product out of habit. There's little or no brand comparison. Examples include toothpaste, salt, paper towels, and laundry detergent. Why it happens? Consumers see very little difference between brands and simply choose the familiar one. The marketing strategy for this is to keep products widely available, reinforce brand awareness through regular advertising, and offer loyalty programs or coupons to encourage repeat purchases. Number four, variety-seeking buying behavior. The characteristics include the lowest customer involvement, consumers that switch brands simply to try something new, not because they are dissatisfied. And so examples include potato chips, cookies, ice cream, and soft drinks. Why does it happen? Consumers perceive significant differences among brands and enjoy variety. So the marketing strategy is to introduce new flavors or product variations, use attractive packaging, offer free samples, and run limited time promotions to encourage a trial. This introduces the consumer purchasing decision process, which explains how consumers make purchasing decisions and what factors influence those decisions. We can break this down to several parts. Part 1. Factors that influence consumer buying behavior. There are four major categories. Number 1. Cultural factors. Culture shapes consumer values, beliefs, and preferences. Examples include national culture, religion, traditions, and social class. As an example, consumers may buy certain foods or gifts during holidays because of cultural traditions. Number 2, social factors. People are influenced by those around them. Examples include family, friends, co-workers, social media influencers, and reference groups. So an example here is that a student buys a particular sneaker because classmates are wearing it. Number 3, personal factors. Individual characteristics affect buying decisions. Examples include age, occupation, income, lifestyle, personality, and life stage. So as an example, a young professional may prioritize a lightweight laptop for work, while a retiree may value simplicity and ease of use. Number 4, psychological factors. Internal mental processes influence consumer behavior. Examples include motivation, perception, learning, beliefs, and attitudes. So as an example here, someone who believes a certain brand is reliable is more likely to purchase it again. Part 2, the consumer purchasing decision process. Consumers usually go through 5 stages before and after making a purchase. Stage 1, need recognition. The consumer realizes a need or problem. As an example, your phone battery no longer lasts all day. Your shoes are worn out. The question becomes, what do I need? Stage 2, information search. The consumer gathers information about possible solutions. Sources include Google, company websites, YouTube reviews, friends and family, social media, and online reviews. So the question becomes, what options are available? Stage 3, evaluation of alternatives. The consumer compares different brands or products. Comparison factors include price, quality, features, brand reputation, customer reviews, and warranty. So the question becomes, which product offers the best value? Stage 4, purchase decision. The consumer chooses which brand to buy, which store or website to use, when to buy, how much to spend, and so at this stage, promotions, discounts, and recommendations may influence the final choice. Stage 5, post-purchase behavior. After buying the product, the consumer evaluates whether it met expectations. The possible outcomes: satisfied. This leads to repeat purchase and recommendation for the product. Dissatisfied. This leads to returning the product, complaining, or switching brands next time. So this stage is important because customer satisfaction affects future purchasing decisions and brand loyalty. This explains how cultural factors shape consumers' buying decisions. These are influences that come from a person's background, values, and society. The slide identifies 4 cultural factors: culture, subculture, social class, and gender. Number 1, culture. Culture is the collection of values, beliefs, customs, traditions, and behaviors that people learn from their family and society. Culture influences include what people buy, how they shop, when they buy, and then why they buy. Examples include, in the United States, gift giving is common during Christmas. In China, people often buy gifts for the Lunar New Year. In India, many consumers avoid beef because of religious beliefs. Here's a marketing example. Fast food restaurants adjust their menus to match local cultures. McDonald's serves the McSpicy paneer in India. McDonald's serves teriyaki burgers in Japan. Number 2, subculture. A subculture is a smaller group within a larger culture that shares similar characteristics or interests. Subcultures may be based on ethnicity, religion, geographic region, age, hobbies, and lifestyle. Examples include college students, gamers, fitness enthusiasts, Hispanic Americans, and Asian Americans. Marketing example. A sports apparel company may create advertisements specifically for runners or yoga enthusiasts because each subculture has different preferences. Number 3, social class. Social class refers to groups of people with similar income, education, occupation, or social status. People in different social classes often have different spending habits and priorities. Here are some examples. The upper class, luxury cars, designer clothing, premium travel. In the middle class, family vehicles, home improvement, and consumer electronics. In the working class, practical products, value price products, and discount retailers. Here's a marketing example. Luxury brands such as Rolex and Mercedes-Benz target higher income customers, while budget-oriented retailers focus on affordability. Number 4, gender. Gender can influence purchasing preferences because consumers may have different needs, interests, and shopping in behaviors. Examples include clothing and cosmetics, personal care products, sports equipment. However, modern marketing recognizes that preferences may vary greatly among individuals. Many products are designed to appeal to all consumers rather than relying on traditional gender assumptions. So here's a marketing example. Companies may offer different styles, colors, or product features to appeal to different customer segments while avoiding stereotypes. This provides concise definitions of the 4 cultural factors that influence consumer purchasing behavior. Number 1, culture. Culture is the set of values, ideas, beliefs, attitudes, and behaviors that people learn and share within a society or group. Cultural influences include what people buy, how they shop, when they shop, why they buy certain products. Examples include people exchanging gifts during Christmas. Many families buy traditional foods during the Lunar New Year. Some cultures prefer locally produced products. The marketing example. Companies often adapt their products to match local cultures. Starbucks offers region-specific drinks in different countries. McDonald's changes its menu to suit local tastes. Number 2, subculture. A subculture is a smaller group within a larger culture whose members share secondary values, beliefs, interests, or lifestyles. Subcultures can be based on ethnicity, religion, geographic location, age, occupation, hobbies, and lifestyle. Examples include college students, gamers, fitness enthusiasts, and outdoor adventurers. Here's a marketing example. Nike designs products and advertisements for different groups, such as runners, basketball players, and hikers. Number 3, social class. Social class is commonly determined by factors such as income, occupation, education, wealth, social status. People in different social classes often have different purchasing power and preferences. Examples include, in the upper class, luxury watches, designer clothing, and premium travel. In the middle class, people tend to look for family cars, home appliances, consumer electronics. In the working class, practical products, budget-friendly brands, discount retailers. And so here's a marketing example. Luxury brands focus on premium quality and exclusivity, while discount retailers emphasize affordability and value. Number 4, gender. Gender may influence consumer motives, perspectives, purchasing considerations, preferences for different products. However, marketers recognize that consumer preferences vary widely among individuals, so many products are designed to appeal to diverse audiences rather than relying on traditional gender assumptions. Examples include personal care products, clothing, sports equipment, and cosmetics. In this marketing example, a clothing company may offer different styles, fits, and colors to meet the preferences of various customer segments. Here's another real-world example. Imagine a company launching a new smartwatch. So for the culture, in a health-conscious society, the company emphasizes fitness tracking features. For the subculture, it markets specialized versions to runners and cyclists. Under social class, it offers both a premium model with advanced features and a lower priced version for budget-conscious consumers. For gender, it provides multiple sizes, colors, and band styles to appeal to a broad range of customers. This explains how social factors influence the decisions consumers make when purchasing products and services. The three major social factors are family, reference groups, and roles and status. Number one, family. Family is one of the strongest influences on consumer behavior. According to the slide, people belong to two families. A, family of orientation. This is the family you are born into and raised by. Examples are parents, brothers and sisters. This family shapes value, attitudes, beliefs, and spending habits. B, family of procreation. This is the family you create through marriage, cohabitation, having children. This family influences many everyday purchasing decisions. Examples include parents deciding which groceries to buy, which car to purchase, which school supplies to choose, where to go on vacation. Number two, reference groups. A reference group is any group that influences a person's attitudes, opinions, or buying behavior. The slide divides them into formal groups. Examples are a church, professional organizations, sports clubs, and social clubs. And then there's the informal groups. Examples are friends, co-workers, neighbors, and classmates. These groups influence brand preferences, fashion choices, technology purchases, and lifestyle decisions. As an example, a college student buys the same laptop brand that most classmates recommend. A runner purchases a particular brand of shoes because members of a running club recommend it. Number three, roles and status. People have different roles and status in different groups. A role is the expected behavior associated with a particular position. Examples are a parent, student, manager, teacher, and team captain. Status refers to the level of respect, prestige, or importance associated with a role. Example would be a company executive may purchase a premium business attire, a luxury vehicle, higher quality technology. These purchases may reflect both professional needs and social status. The marketing implications. Companies use social factors to better understand consumers and design effective marketing strategies. In family marketing, the goal is to advertise products that meet family needs, such as family vehicles or household products. In reference group marketing, use influencers, customer testimonials, and expert endorsements are used to build trust. In role and status marketing, position products are used to help appeal to consumers in different life roles or professional positions. This explains how personal characteristics influence consumers' purchasing decisions. Unlike cultural or social factors, personal factors are unique to each individual and affect which products people buy, when they buy them, and how much they spend. The slide identifies 6 personal factors: age, life cycle stage, economic situation, occupation, lifestyle, and personality or self-concept. Number 1, age. People's needs and preferences change as they get older. Here are some examples. For children, toys, games, and candy. For teenagers, fashion, smartphones, and video games. For young adults, cars, laptops, and apartments. For older adults, healthcare products, travel, and retirement planning. For number 2, life cycle stage. A person's life cycle stage refers to their current stage of life, such as being single, married, or retired. Different life stages create different purchasing needs. Here are some examples. Life stage. Typical purchases for single people include fashion, electronics, and travel. For newly married, furniture and home appliances. For parents with young children, baby products and family vehicles. For empty nesters, travel and home renovation. For retirees, this includes healthcare and leisure activities. Number 3, economic situation. A consumer's financial condition affects purchasing decisions. These factors include income, savings, debt, credit availability, and economic outlook. Here's some examples. A consumer with a higher income may buy luxury products. During an economic downturn, consumers may choose lower-priced alternatives. Number 4, occupation. A person's job influences the products and services they need. Here are some examples. These are typical purchases for some professions: teachers, books and office supplies, construction workers, safety boots and protective equipment, software engineers, laptops, monitors, ergonomic chairs, doctors, professional clothing, and medical equipment. Number 5, lifestyle. Lifestyle reflects how people spend their time, money, and energy. It includes activities, interests, opinions. Here are some examples. Fitness enthusiasts buy gym memberships and athletic clothing. Travelers spend money on luggage and vacations. Outdoor enthusiasts purchase camping equipment. And number 6, personality and self-concept. Personality refers to a person's unique psychological characteristics, while self-concept is how individuals see themselves or how they want others to see them. These factors influence product and brand choices. Here are some examples. An adventurous person may buy hiking gear or sports cars. A professional may choose premium business attire. Someone who values environmental responsibility may purchase eco-friendly products. This explains how psychological factors influence consumer purchasing decisions. These factors are internal mental processes that affect why consumers choose one product over another. The slide identifies 4 major psychological factors: motivation, perception, learning, and beliefs, feelings, and attitudes. Number 1, motivation. Motivation is the internal drive that encourages a person to satisfy a need or achieve a goal. People buy products because they are motivated by different needs. Here are some examples. For hunger, the goal is to buy food. If someone is thirsty, they buy a drink. Safety, buy health insurance. For achievements, they buy professional clothing. Status can equal buying a luxury watch. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Many marketers use Maslow's hierarchy of needs to understand consumer motivation. The 5 levels are physiological needs. This includes food, water, and shelter. Safety needs. This includes security, health, and insurance. Social needs. This includes friendship and belonging. Esteem needs. Recognition, confidence, and status. Self-actualization, personal growth, and achieving one's potential. Here's a marketing example. A bottled water company appeals to physiological needs. A luxury car brand often appeals to esteem needs by emphasizing prestige and success. Number 2, perception. Perception is the process by which consumers select organize, and interpret information to form an understanding of a product or brand. Different consumers can perceive the same product differently. Here are some examples. Two people see the same smartphone advertisement. One thinks it offers excellent value. Another thinks it is too expensive. Their different perceptions influence whether they buy the product. Here's a marketing example. Companies use attractive pricing, brand reputation, product demonstrations, and customer reviews to create positive perceptions. Number 3, learning. Learning refers to changes in consumer behavior based on experience. Consumers learn from previous purchases, advertising, product trials, recommendations, and reviews. Examples include a customer that has a positive experience with a brand and purchases it again. A poor experience leads the customer to switch brands. As a marketing example, companies encourage learning by offering free samples, product demonstrations, loyalty programs, and trial periods. Number 4, beliefs, feelings, and attitudes. A belief is something a consumer thinks is true about a product or brand. As an example, I believe brand A makes durable products. Feelings. Feelings are emotional reactions towards a product or brand. Examples are excitement, happiness, trust, and frustration. Positive emotions often increase the likelihood of a purchase. Attitudes. An attitude is a person's overall evaluation or opinion about a product, brand, or company. Attitudes are often based on past experiences, personal beliefs, and recommendations from others. An example would be a customer who has consistently received good service from a coffee shop is likely to develop a positive attitude and become a loyal customer. This focuses on motivation, one of the most important psychological factors that influence consumer buying behavior. Motivation. Motivation is the process that initiates, guides, and maintains goal-oriented behavior. In marketing, motivation explains why consumers decide to buy a product or service. A need creates motivation, and motivation leads to action. As an example, when you're hungry, you buy food. When you're cold, you buy a jacket. When you need transportation, you buy a car. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Psychologist Abraham Maslow proposed that human needs are organized into 5 levels, from the most basic to the highest. Consumers generally try to satisfy lower level needs before focusing on higher level needs. Number 1, physiological needs, or basic survival. These are the most basic human needs. Examples include food, water, air, sleep, and shelter. Marketing examples includes restaurants, grocery stores, bottled water, and hotels. The consumer motivation is, I need to survive. Number 2, safety needs. Once basic needs are met, people seek security and protection. Examples include health insurance, home security systems, safe automobiles, stable employment, and savings. Marketing examples include insurance companies, security systems, and banks, as well as pharmaceutical companies. The customer motivation is, I want to feel safe. Number 3, social needs, or belonging. People want relationships and a sense of belonging. Examples include friendship, love, family, community, and team membership. The marketing examples include social media platforms, dating apps, sports clubs, and family vacation packages. The consumer motivation is, I want to belong. Number 4, esteem needs. People seek respect, recognition, confidence, and achievement. Examples include awards, professional success, luxury products, high-quality brands, and promotions at work. The marketing examples include luxury watches, designer clothing, premium automobiles, and executive memberships. The consumer motivation is, I want others to respect me. Number 5, self-actualization needs. This is the highest level of Maslow's hierarchy. People strive to reach their full potential and pursue personal growth. Examples include education, creative hobbies, travel, volunteering, and personal development. The marketing examples include online learning platforms, travel companies, art supplies, and fitness coaching. The consumer motivation is, I want to become the best version of myself. So why does Maslow's hierarchy matter in marketing? Marketers use Maslow's theory to identify which need their product satisfies and tailor their marketing messages accordingly. So as an example, a food company highlights hunger satisfaction. An insurance company may emphasize protection. A social networking app promotes connection. A luxury brand emphasizes prestige. An education platform promotes personal growth. This slide continues the discussion of psychological factors that influence consumer buying behavior. It explains how consumers perceive, remember, believe, and learn, all of which affect their purchasing decisions. Number 1, perception. Perception is the process by which people identify, organize, and interpret sensory information to make sense of the world. Consumers do not all perceive the same product in the same way. As an example, two people see the same advertisement for a smartwatch. Consumer A thinks it's innovative and worth a price. Consumer B thinks it is too expensive. The advertisement is the same, but their perceptions are different. Here's a marketing example. Companies influence perception through attractive packaging, brand image, advertising, product placement, and customer reviews. Number 2, selective distortion. Selective distortion is the tendency to interpret information so that it supports existing beliefs or opinions. People often adjust or reinterpret information to fit what they already think. As an example, a loyal Apple customer reads a review comparing Apple and Samsung. Positive comments about Apple are accepted. Positive comments about Samsung may be dismissed or questioned. The consumer interprets the information according to existing beliefs. Here's the marketing implication. Changing strong brand opinions can be difficult because consumers naturally favor information that confirms what they already believe. Number 3, selective retention. Selective retention is the tendency to remember information that matches a person's interests, values, and beliefs while forgetting other information. As an example, someone interested in fitness is more likely to remember advertisements for running shoes, protein supplements, and smartwatches. They may forget advertisements for products that are unrelated to their interests. Here's the marketing implication. Companies use repeated advertising, memorable slogans, and consistent branding to increase the likelihood that customers remember their products. Number 4, beliefs. A belief is what a consumer thinks is true about a product, service, or brand. Beliefs may be based on personal experience, advertising, reviews, recommendations, and reputation. Examples include Toyota vehicles are reliable. Apple products are easy to use. Nike makes high-quality athletic shoes. Whether completely accurate or not, these beliefs influence purchasing decisions. So here's the marketing implication. Companies work to build positive beliefs through high product quality, strong customer service, positive customer reviews, and brand reputation. Number 5, learning. Learning refers to changes in consumer behavior that results from experience. Consumers learn from using products, advertising, recommendations, product demonstrations, and online reviews. As an example, a customer buys a coffee maker and has an excellent experience. As a result, they buy the same brand again. They recommend it to friends. They become loyal to the brand. So the marketing implication is that businesses encourage learning by offering free trials, product samples, loyalty programs, product demonstrations, excellent customer service, and positive experiences that increase the likelihood of repeat purchases. This explains how situational factors influence consumer purchasing decisions. Unlike cultural, social, personal, or psychological factors, situational factors are temporary conditions or circumstances that affect a customer at the moment of purchase. The slide identifies 6 situational factors: environmental factors, life cycle stage, economic situation, occupation, timing, and mood. Let's go through these in detail. Number 1, environmental factors. Environmental factors refer to the physical surroundings in which consumers make purchasing decisions. These include store atmosphere, lighting, music, temperature, cleanliness, and website design. As an example, a customer is more likely to stay longer and spend more money in a store that is clean, well organized, pleasantly scented, playing relaxing music. So retailers use comfortable lighting, attractive displays, appealing product layouts to create a positive shopping experience. Number 2, life cycle stage. A person's current stage of life influences what they need and purchase. Examples include a college student looking for a laptop and textbooks, a newly married couple looking for furniture and appliances, young parents, baby products, retirees, healthcare, and travel. Here's a marketing example: travel agencies that may offer family vacation packages, honeymoon packages, and senior travel discounts. Number 3, economic situation. Consumers' financial conditions affect purchasing decisions. The factors include income, savings, debt, inflation, and interest rates. Here's some examples. When the economy is strong, consumers may purchase luxury goods. During a recession, consumers may delay major purchases. Consumers may choose lower price alternatives as well. Retailers often increase discounts or financing options during periods of economic uncertainty. Number 4, occupation. A consumer's job influences purchasing needs. Examples include the typical purchases for a teacher that would include office supplies and books. For nurses, comfortable shoes and uniforms. For engineers, computers and technical software. For chefs, professional kitchen equipment. Number 5, timing. Timing refers to when a consumer makes a purchase. Purchasing behavior can change depending on season, time of day, holidays, special events, and product life cycle. Examples include buying school supplies before classes begin, purchasing gifts during Christmas, buying umbrellas during rainy weather, shopping during Black Friday sales. Number 6, mood. A consumer's emotional state at the time of purchase can influence buying decisions. Mood may include happiness, stress, excitement, sadness, relaxation. Here are some examples. A happy customer may be more willing to buy additional products. A stressed customer may make impulse purchases or leave a store quickly. Someone celebrating a special occasion may spend more than usual. Situational versus personal factors. Although some items on the slide, such as life cycle stage, economic situation, and occupation, also appeared under personal factors, here they are viewed from a different perspective. So personal factors describe who the customer is or their long-term characteristics. Situational factors emphasize the circumstances surrounding a specific purchase. So, for example, a temporary financial condition, current life stage, or timing of the purchase. This summarizes the idea that consumer purchasing decisions are influenced by many different factors, not just the product itself. The main message is when consumers decide whether to buy something, many internal and external factors influence their decision. These are the four major categories of purchasing behavior. Number one, cultural factors. These are the influences from society and shared values. Number two, social factors. These are influences from other people. Number three, personal factors. These are the characteristics unique to each individual. Number four, psychological factors. These involve how consumers think and feel. Situational factors. In addition to the four major categories, situational factors can also affect purchasing decisions at the moment of purchase. So why does purchasing behavior factors matter? Understanding purchasing behavior helps businesses identify customer needs, design products that appeal to target markets, set appropriate prices, create effective advertising campaigns, choose the best distribution channels, and improve customer satisfaction and loyalty. This illustrates the 5 stages that consumers typically go through when making a purchase decision. The process is need recognition, information search, evaluation of alternatives, purchase, and post-purchase evaluation. Number 1, need recognition. The buying process begins when a consumer realizes there is a need or problem that requires a solution. This need can be triggered by internal stimuli, such as hunger, thirst, and boredom, and external stimuli, which includes advertisements, recommendations, and new technology. Number 2, information search. Once the consumer recognizes the need, they begin gathering information about possible solutions. The sources of information include personal sources such as family, friends, co-workers, commercial sources such as advertisements, company websites, and salespeople, and public sources such as online reviews, consumer reports, and social media. Number 3, evaluation of alternatives. The consumer compares different products or brands before making a decision. The common evaluation criteria include price, quality, features, design, brand reputation, warranty, and customer reviews. Number 4, purchase. The consumer makes the final buying decision. At this stage, they decide which brand to buy, where to buy it, when to buy it, how to pay. The factors that may influence the final decision include discounts, coupons, free shipping, product availability, store reputation, and financing options. Number 5, post-purchase evaluation. After purchasing the product, the consumer evaluates whether it met expectations. Here are the possible outcomes. Satisfaction. If the product performs well, there's odds of repeat purchases, positive reviews, recommendations to others, and brand loyalty. If dissatisfied, the product does not meet expectations, so there's a high rate or possibility of returns, complaints, negative reviews, and switching to another brand. The marketing implications are that businesses can support consumers at each stage of the decision process. Under need recognition, they can use advertising to highlight consumer needs and problems. For information search, they can provide detailed product information and customer reviews. For evaluation of alternatives, they can emphasize unique features, value, and competitive advantages. For purchase, they can offer promotions, financing, and convenient purchasing options. And then for post-purchase evaluation, they can provide the warranties, customer support, and follow-up communication to encourage satisfaction and loyalty. This introduces the business-to-business B2B market, where businesses sell products or services to other businesses rather than directly to individual consumers. Number 1, B2B versus B2C. What is B2B? Business to business, or B2B, refers to transactions where one business sells products or services to another business. Examples include Microsoft selling software to companies, Intel selling computer chips to Dell, a manufacturer buying raw materials from a supplier, a restaurant purchases food from a wholesale distributor. What is B2C? Business to consumer, or B2C, refers to businesses selling directly to individual consumers. Examples include Amazon selling books to customers, Apple selling iPhones to customers, and Starbucks selling coffee to customers. Number 2, types of buyers in the B2B market. Several organizations purchase goods and services in the B2B market. Manufacturers. They buy raw materials or components to produce finished products. As an example, Toyota purchases steel and electronic components to manufacture automobiles. Resellers. They purchase products and resell them to customers. Examples include Walmart, Costco, and Best Buy. Government agencies. They purchase goods and services to provide public services. Examples include office supplies, police vehicles, computer systems, and construction services. Institutions. Organizations that provide services to society. Examples include schools, universities, hospitals, nonprofit organizations. Number 3, buying situations in the B2B market. Businesses purchase products under different circumstances. A, straight rebuy, a routine purchase from the same supplier. As an example, a company orders printer paper every month from its regular supplier. B, modified rebuy. The buyer wants to change some aspect of a previous purchase. Examples include lower price, better quality, faster delivery, and different supplier. C, new task. The company is purchasing a product or service for the first time. Examples include implementing a new accounting system, purchasing a factory equipment, selecting cloud computing services. This type of purchase usually requires extensive research and involves multiple decision makers. Number 4, people involved in the B2B buying process or the buying center. Unlike consumer purchases, B2B purchases often involve several people. Users, employees who will use the product. As an example, engineers who will use new software. Influencers, provide technical information or recommendations. An example would be IT specialists recommending cybersecurity software. Buyers. They're responsible for negotiating prices and placing orders. An example would be purchasing managers. Deciders. They have the authority to approve the purchase. As an example, department managers or executives. Gatekeepers. They control access to information and decision makers. An example would be administrative assistants or procurement coordinators. So this compares the business to consumer or B2C market with the business to business market or B2B. Understanding these differences helps companies develop the appropriate marketing and sales strategies for each type of customer. B2C, business to consumer. In a B2C market, businesses sell products or services directly to individual consumers or households for personal use. Examples would be Apple selling iPhones to consumers, Starbucks selling coffee to customers, Amazon selling books online, and Nike selling shoes through its website. B2B, or business to business. In a B2B market, businesses sell products or services to other businesses. The purchasing company uses the products to produce other products, to operate its business, to resell to customers. As an example, Microsoft selling Office 365 to companies, Intel selling computer chips to Dell, Cisco selling networking equipment to corporations, Deloitte providing consulting services to businesses. Here's a comparison of B2C and B2B. Number one, buyers. B2C, buyer decisions for individuals and households. Usually one person or one family makes the decision. B2B, buying decisions for companies, serving consumers or other businesses. Usually several people participate in the decision. As an example, a hospital purchasing MRI equipment. Number two, purchase size, B2C. These tend to be smaller purchases and involving many buyers. An example would be one laptop, one pair of shoes, and one smartphone. B2B. These tend to be larger purchases with fewer buyers. Examples include 500 laptops for employees, manufacturing equipment, enterprise software licenses. Number three, buying decision cycle, B2C. There tends to be a shorter buying decision cycle. Consumers often decide within minutes, hours, and sometimes days. B2B has a longer and more complex buying decision cycle. Businesses often expend weeks, months, sometimes years, because they compare vendors, negotiate contracts, and obtain management approval. Number four, marketing approach for B2C. There's greater reliance on mass marketing. Common methods include television advertising, social media, email campaigns, online advertisements. The goal is to reach millions of customers. B2B, greater reliance on personal selling. Common methods include sales representatives, business meetings, product demonstrations, trade shows, customized proposals. The goal is to build long-term business relationships. Number five, customer distribution for B2C. Many customers located throughout the world. Millions of consumers may purchase the same product. A great example is Apple selling iPhones globally. B2B, fewer customers are often geographically concentrated. Business customers may cluster in industrial parks, technology hubs, manufacturing regions. Location often depends on transportation, labor, supply chains, access to resources. An example would be an aircraft manufacturer who often operates near major metropolitan hubs and specialized suppliers. Here's a real-life example. A B2C example would be a customer buying a MacBook for personal use. This would be one buyer, one computer, purchase completed online in one day. For the B2B example, a company purchases 500 MacBooks for employees. The buying process involves IT department evaluating technical requirements, finance department reviewing the budget, procurement negotiating pricing, and senior management approving the purchase. The process may take weeks or even months. Why do these differences matter? Because B2B and B2C customers buy differently. Companies must use different marketing strategies. B2C companies focus on brand awareness, emotional advertising, convenience, and fast-paced purchasing experience. B2B companies focus on building long-term relationships, demonstrating value and return on investment, providing technical support, negotiating contracts, and customized solutions. This explains the key characteristics of the business-to-business market. These characteristics distinguish business-to-business marketing from business-to-consumer marketing. The five main characteristics are nature of the buying decision, direct demand versus derived demand, longer buying cycles, reliance on personal selling, and geographical concentration. Number one, nature of the buying decision. Business-to-business buying decisions are usually more complex than business-to-consumer buying decisions. Unlike consumer purchases, B2B purchases often involve multiple decision makers, technical evaluations, budget approvals, and contract negotiations. As an example, a company purchasing a new enterprise resource planning or ERP system may involve IT department, finance department, operations managers, procurement team, the chief information officer or CIO. The final decision requires input from several departments. Versus the B2C comparison, a consumer buying a laptop usually makes the decision independently or with family members. Number two, direct demand versus derived demand. Direct demand exists when consumers purchase products for their own personal use. Derived demand occurs when the demand for a business product depends on the demand for another product. Number three, longer buying cycles. B2B purchases generally take much longer than B2C purchases. Why is that? Businesses need to research alternatives, compare suppliers, negotiate prices, review contracts, and obtain management approval. As an example, a hospital purchasing MRI machines may spend several months evaluating different manufacturers, testing equipment, negotiating warranties, and securing financing. Compare this with B2C, where a consumer may purchase headphones online in less than 10 minutes. Number four, reliance on personal selling. B2B marketing depends heavily on personal selling. Instead of relying mainly on advertising, companies often use sales representatives to build long-term relationships. Personal selling includes face-to-face meetings, product demonstrations, sales presentations, technical consultations, and contract negotiations. So, as an example, a software company sends a sales team to demonstrate its cybersecurity platform to a potential corporate customer. The sales team answers questions, explains features, and discusses pricing before the customer makes a decision. Why does this matter? B2B purchases are expensive and complex, so buyers often need expert advice before committing. Number five, geographical concentration. B2B customers are often clustered in specific geographic locations. Businesses located near suppliers, transportation networks, skilled labor, natural resources, and major customers. As an example, Silicon Valley is home to many technology companies. Detroit has historically been a center for automobile manufacturing. The market implication is that sales representatives can efficiently visit multiple customers in the same region and provide better support. This explains the four main types of buyers in the business-to-business market. These organizations purchase products and services for business operations, resale, or public services, rather than for personal use. The four types of B2B buyers are producers, resellers, governments, and institutions. Number one, producers. Producers are businesses that buy products or raw materials to manufacture other products or provide services. Examples include Toyota buying steel, tires, and computer chips to manufacture cars. Apple buys processors, screens, and batteries to produce iPhones. The purchased goods become part of another product or help produce it. Number two, resellers. Resellers buy products from manufacturers or wholesalers and sell them to consumers or other businesses. They make money by adding a markup to the purchase price. Examples include Walmart, Costco, Best Buy, and Target. Number three, governments. Government agencies purchase products and services to provide public services and operate government functions. Examples of government purchases are police vehicles, military equipment, computers, office equipment, medical supplies, and road construction services. The purpose is to serve the public rather than earn a profit. Number 4, institutions. Institutions are nonprofit or service organizations that purchase goods and services to support their operations. Examples include schools, universities, hospitals, charities, and museums. The purpose is to provide education, healthcare, religious, or charitable services. This introduces the 4 main buy classes or buying situations in the B2B market. A buy class describes the type of purchasing decision a business is making. The 4 buy classes are straight rebuy, modified rebuy, new task buy, and system selling. Let's go through these in detail. Number 1, straight rebuy. A straight rebuy is a routine purchase in which a company reorders the same product or service from the same supplier with little or no change. The characteristics are routine purchase, low risk, little decision making, an existing supplier is used, as well as a fast purchasing process. Number 2, modified rebuy. A modified rebuy occurs when a company wants to change some aspect of a previous purchase. Possible changes include different supplier, better quality, lower price, new product features, faster delivery. Number 3, the new task rebuy. The new task buy is the first time a company purchases a particular product or service. Characteristics include highest risk, most research required, multiple decision makers, long buying process. Number 4, system selling. System selling involves selling a complete solution rather than a single product. Instead of purchasing many separate products from different suppliers, the buyer purchases an integrated package from one supplier. So this explains the buying center, which is the group of people within an organization who participate in making a B2B purchasing decision. Unlike consumer purchases, where one person often makes the decision, B2B purchases usually involve multiple individuals, each with a different role. The 6 main roles are the initiator, influencer, gatekeeper, buyer, decider, and then user. Initiator. The initiator is the person who first recognizes a need and starts the purchasing process. The responsibilities include identifying a problem or opportunity, suggesting purchasing a new product or service, and requesting information. Number 2, the influencer. The influencer provides information, technical expertise, or recommendations that help shape the purchasing decision. Influencers may not have the authority to make the final decision, but their opinions are important. A great example of this would be engineers, IT specialists, and consultants. Number 3, gatekeeper. The gatekeeper controls the flow of information and access to decision makers. They decide which suppliers can contact a company, which proposals are reviewed, which meetings are scheduled. Examples include executive assistants, procurement coordinators, purchasing administrators. Number 4, the buyer. The buyer is responsible for the purchasing process. Responsibilities include requesting price quotations, negotiating contracts, selecting suppliers, and issuing purchase orders. As an example, a procurement manager negotiates the price of office furniture with several suppliers. Number 5, the decider. The decider has the authority to approve or reject a purchase. This person usually controls the budget or has final approval authority. Examples would be the CEO and CFO, as well as the vice president. Number 6, the user. The user is the person who will actually use the product or service after it is purchased. Users provide valuable feedback because they understand the practical requirements. This introduces the B2B decision process, which explains how organizations make purchasing decisions. Unlike consumer buying, B2B purchasing is typically more structured, involves multiple people, and follows formal procedures. Number one, the external factors affecting B2B buying behavior. External factors come from outside the organization and influence purchasing decisions. Economic conditions. Factors such as inflation, interest rates, and economic growth. Technological changes. New technologies may encourage businesses to replace older systems. Competition. Competitive pressure often influences purchasing decisions. Government and legal regulations. Businesses must comply with laws and industry regulations. Supplier availability. The availability and reliability of suppliers affect purchasing decisions. Number two, internal factors, and this affects the B2B buyer behavior. Internal factors originate within the organization. Company goals are that purchases should support the company's strategic objectives. Budget. Financial resources determine what the company can afford. Organizational policies. Many companies have purchasing policies that specify approved suppliers, spending limits, and required approvals. Company culture. An organization values influence purchasing decisions. Buying center members. Different people influence the decision, including initiators, influencers, and buyers. The typical steps in a B2B buying process. Although different organizations may vary, the B2B buying process generally includes these steps. Number one, problem recognition. The organization identifies a business need. Number two, need description. The organization clearly defines what is required. Number three, supplier search. Potential suppliers are identified. Number four, proposal evaluation. The company compares suppliers based on price, quality, features, customer support, delivery time, and warranty. Number five, supplier selection. The organization chooses the supplier that best meets its requirements. Number six, purchase and implementation. The contract is signed and the product is delivered and installation or implementation begins. Number seven, performance review. After implementation, the company evaluates whether the supplier met expectations. Questions would include, was the product reliable? Was delivery on time? Was customer support effective? Should the company purchase from this supplier again? This explains the 6 major categories of factors that influence B2B buying decisions. Unlike consumer purchases, B2B decisions are often affected by both the organization's needs and the people involved in the buying process. The 6 factors are external factors, internal factors, organizational factors, individual factors, interpersonal factors, and conditional factors. Let's go through these in detail. Number 1, external factors. External factors are influences that come from outside the organization. Number 2, internal factors. Internal factors originate within the organization and affect purchasing decisions. Number 3, organizational factors. These factors relate to the structure and procedures of the business. And again, these include the purchasing policies, approval procedures, and organizational hierarchy. Number 4, individual factors. Individual factors are the personal characteristics of the people involved in the buying center. These may include experience, education, and personality. Number 5, interpersonal factors. Interpersonal factors involve the relationships and interactions among members of the buying center. These include communication, teamwork, authority, and negotiation. Number 6, conditional factors. Conditional factors are temporary or situational circumstances that influence purchasing decisions. So examples of this include urgent deadlines, product shortages, emergency situations, and supplier availability. So why do these factors matter? B2B purchases are a lot more complex than consumer purchases because they involve multiple stakeholders, large financial commitments, formal purchasing procedures, long-term supplier relationships, strategic business objectives. So understanding all 6 factors helps businesses make better purchasing decisions and enable suppliers to tailor their sales and marketing efforts to meet organizational needs. This focuses on external factors that influence B2B buying decisions. These are factors outside the organization that businesses cannot control but must consider when making purchasing decisions. The 4 main external factors are economic factors, political and legal factors, competition, and social environment. Number 1, economic factors. Economic factors refer to the overall economic conditions that affect business purchasing decisions. The slide had mentioned about primary demand, which is the customer demand for products. Economic outlook, whether the economy is growing or slowing. Cost of money, interest rates and borrowing costs. Number 2, political and legal factors. Political factors include government policies, political stability, and trade agreements. The legal factors include laws, regulations, and safety standards. The marketing implication is that businesses must ensure that the products they buy comply with all applicable laws and regulations. Number 3, competition. Competition influences B2B buying behavior because companies continuously seek ways to improve efficiency, reduce costs, and gain a competitive advantage. Number 4, social environment. The social environment refers to the different perspectives, experiences, and priorities of the people involved in the B2B buying process. Each member of the buying center may approach the decision with different information, different perspectives, and different personal goals or agendas. So why do external factors matter? Businesses cannot control external factors, but they must respond to them. So, as an example, economic changes influence spending and investment. Political and legal changes affect compliance and sourcing decisions. Competition encourages innovation and efficiency. Social environments shape how buying center members evaluate alternatives. Understanding these factors helps organizations make informed purchasing decisions and adapt to changing market conditions. So this explains the internal factors that influence B2B buying behavior. These factors originate within the organization and guide how purchasing decisions are made. The 3 major internal factors are business objectives and goals, technology, and workforce skills. So number 1, business objectives and goals. A company's business objectives and goals determine what products and services it should purchase. Purchasing decisions should support the organization's overall strategy, such as increasing profits, improving efficiency, and expanding into new markets. Number 2, technology. Technology influences B2B buying decisions because new products must be compatible with the organization's existing systems. Businesses evaluate whether a purchase can integrate with current software, hardware, and networks. Number 3, workforce skills. Employees who use the product or service play an important role in purchasing decisions. Organizations consider whether workers have the necessary technical knowledge, experience, training, and skills. So why do these internal factors matter? Internal factors ensure that purchases create value for the organization. Companies ask questions such as, does this purchase support our business goals? Will it work with our current technology? Can our employees use it effectively? A product that is inexpensive but incompatible with existing systems or is too difficult for employees to use may really not be the best choice. So this explains 2 additional factors that influence B2B buying decisions: individual factors and interpersonal factors. Individual factors refer to the personal characteristics of each person involved in the buying process. So the slide focuses on personality. Personality refers to the individual's unique patterns of thinking, feeling, and behaving. These characteristics influence how a person evaluates products, manages risks, and makes purchasing decisions. So why does it matter? Suppliers should understand the personalities and preferences of key decision makers and tailor their communication accordingly. Number 2, interpersonal factors. Interpersonal factors refer to the relationships and interactions among members of the buying center. Several people often influence a B2B purchase, and each may have different levels of authority, expertise, and influence. A. Authority. There's 2 types of authority, formal and informal. For formal authority, this refers to coming from an individual's official job position. So examples could be the CEO, purchasing manager, and finance director. Informal authority. This comes from experience, respect, or influence rather than job title. An example would be a senior engineer that has no purchasing authority but is highly respected because of years of experience. Management relies on this engineer's recommendation before making a decision. B. Technical experience. Some individuals have specialized knowledge that strongly influences purchasing decisions. Why does it matter? Technical experts often recommend products even if they are not the final decision makers. C. Influence over others. Some people naturally influence the opinions of colleagues through experience, leadership, and communication skills. D. Organizational politics and culture. Every organization has its own culture and internal politics, which affect purchasing decisions. The organizational culture reflects the company's values and priorities. So examples could be innovation, cost control, and sustainability. Organizational politics can affect departments that may have competing interests. As an example, the finance department wants the lowest cost option. The engineering department wants the highest quality equipment. And then operations wants the fast implementation. The final decision often requires negotiation and compromise among these 3. So why do these factors matter? B2B purchasing is rarely made by a single individual. Successful purchasing requires balancing the personal preferences, technical expertise, and organizational authority. So this reviews the first 4 stages of the B2B buying process. These stages explain how organizations move from identifying a business need to finding potential suppliers. And again, the 4 stages covered are problem recognition, need description, product specification, and supplier search. So stage 1, problem recognition. The problem recognition stage begins when someone in an organization realizes that there is a problem or an unmet need that can be solved by purchasing a product or service. This stage is similar to the need recognition stage in the consumer buying process. The cause of the problem recognition may be a need that results from outdated equipment, production capacity is insufficient, or the customer demand increases. The key point is that no purchasing process begins until a business need or problem is identified. Stage 2, need description. Once the problem is recognized, the buying center clearly defines what needs to be purchased. The organization determines what product or service is needed, why it is needed, desired performance, budget, quantity, and delivery requirements. Key point is that a clear need description helps ensure suppliers understand the organization's requirements. Stage 3, product specification. During the product specification stage, the organization develops detailed technical specifications for the product. A specification serves as a blueprint describing design, features, performance, and materials. So why does it matter? Detailed specifications help to reduce misunderstandings. It allows for fair comparison among suppliers and ensures the purchased product meets organizational needs. Stage 4, supplier search. After the specifications have been established, the organization searches the suppliers that can provide the required product or service. Potential suppliers may be identified through industry directories, trade shows, business referrals, and online procurement platforms. The key point is that the goal is to identify qualified suppliers before requesting formal proposals or quotations. So why do these stages matter? The early stages of the B2B buying process help organizations make informed purchasing decisions by clearly identifying business needs, defining product requirements, establishing measurable specifications, and then finding suppliers capable of meeting those requirements. This recaps the final 4 stages of the B2B buying process. So after identifying a need, defining product requirements, and searching for suppliers, organizations move toward selecting a supplier, placing an order, evaluating performance. The 4 stages covered are proposal solicitation, supplier selection, order routine specification, and performance review. Stage 5, proposal solicitation. So after identifying qualified suppliers, the buying organization invites them to submit formal proposals. These proposals explain product specifications, pricing, delivery schedules, and technical support. This stage is often called a request for proposal, or RFP, or sometimes the request for quotation, RFQ process. Stage 6, supplier selection. The buying center reviews and compares all proposals before selecting the supplier that best meets the organization's requirements. The evaluation criteria include comparing the suppliers based on price, product quality, technical capability, reputation, and financial stability. The key point is that the lowest price is not always the deciding factor. Organizations often consider the total value offered by each supplier. Stage 7, order routine specification. Once a supplier has been identified, the buyer and supplier negotiate the details of the purchase. These details include quantity, delivery schedule, payment terms, maintenance, return policies, and warranty conditions. So why does this matter? A detailed agreement helps prevent misunderstandings and establishes clear expectations for both parties. Stage 8, performance review. After the purchase has been completed, the buyer periodically evaluates whether the supplier and product meet expectations. The evaluation questions may be, was the product delivered on time? Did it perform as expected? Was customer service satisfactory? Did the supplier meet contract requirements? The possible outcomes would be, after reviewing performance, the organization may decide to continue purchasing from the supplier, renegotiate the contract, request improvements, or replace the supplier. And so now we've come to the end of this lecture. Thank you, everyone. I hope you all have found this useful. Please be sure to reach out to me if you have any questions. Take care, and I'll see you on the next video. Goodbye for now.